Good morning, planner peeps. My name is Kelly. Welcome to my channel. I guess I should start by introducing myself as a planner addict. I proudly have the sticker on the front of my everyday planner that says just that. One of the things I want to talk about today is, while showing you through my planners, is can you have too many planners? Can you do everything that you need to do in one planner? My answer to that is it depends on what you do. I am involved in multiple things, and trying to keep track of everything in one planner would drive me absolutely insane, because it would feel like clutter to me. Having everything in their own individual file works for me. My first one, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I have 8 planners here in front of me today, and I'm going to walk you through each one of them, hopefully in a 15-minute walk. This is my everyday planner. This is one that I designed. Now, there are those who use a month on 2 pages, but then they also do their week on 2 pages, where I am a daily kind of girl. I need to look at just what's happening today, and that's it. I don't want to worry about the whole rest of the week. On Sunday, when I do my planning, yes, I look at the week and the entire month in each of my planners. But when it comes down to focusing on today's tasks, I want to look at just today. So I'm going to flip over to December here really quick. I have my month on 2 pages, nothing fancy. I got these from Alexis at Miss Trenchcoat from her Strange and Charm shop, and I'll link her down below. I like her monthly calendar spread. I have a note page, but then I start my daily pages. Now, I've designed my daily pages based on what I do in a day. On one of my Yahoo groups that I belong to, it's a writing group, and we are challenged to write so many words in a day, have so many hours of research, and so many paragraphs or words of editing. And so this is where this goes into. I also belong to another writers group that meets twice a year online, and then Jano, which is similar to NaNoWriMo, that takes place in January, and then NaNoWriMo in October. So this lets me circle which one I'm participating and focusing on at that time, what my new words are for that particular project, and how many pages I've edited. I also belong to multiple groups on Split Coast stampers from my creative art side. And so we have a group called Stamp to Spend, and that is to encourage us to use what we have before spending any more money. And every Monday, she posts a challenge for us. So this is where I can put in the post number, the keyword that we will use when we upload our project to the gallery. I also have the same thing for the ABC group as to which letter we're using, what our keyword is, and then the All Occasions Challenge, which is where we try to, every month, get our birthdays and anniversary cards done and out the door. I have my walking and my meditation and my exercising tracker, and then where I can note how many steps I did, whether it was on the treadmill, which is now my Tony Little Gazelle, or working on the Wii, and then my water tracker. And then these stickers are from, I'll link her down below, but this is a sticker that I got from an Etsy shop. And then this is where I keep track of the things that I need to do from each of those other planners just for today. I also have a bookmark that pops in and out of here, and I don't think it's in here. I think it's gotten taken out, where I have a checklist, a write on wipe off checklist of all the email accounts that I need to check, whether I hit Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and hit my social media accounts. So when I go down, go through those and get those out of the way, then I can move on to my today list. I could not keep track of my Stampin' Up business, my art business, my music promotion, all in one thing, because once you add daily pages, that's approximately 185 pages, for everything would not fit in this 1.25" binding system that I use. So this is where I go through all of my other planners, and then I make the notations in here on the daily basis of what I need to do. And this is my go-to on my desk every morning. Now, I mentioned my Stampin' Up business. When I first started Stampin' Up a little over a year ago, I found this Recollections planner at Michael's, and I loved it. It's pink, but it's kind of a champagne-y rosé pink, and I really fell in love with it. So I use this for planning all of my Stampin' Up, keeping track of when I sent orders out, when I ordered items, where I needed to plan a tutorial for my blog post. Everything went into this one. And it worked really well. I was using it, loved it, until May, when Stampin' Up brought out their own planner. And I wanted to utilize our Love Today planner, both from a planner addict standpoint and being able to show other people the various ways that they could use their planners. Now, I use mine strictly for my planning or my Stampin' Up business. So I've got my dashboards where I can keep my top 5 for the month, keep track of my goals for that month, any items that I need to order as I run out of a color cardstock, I can write it down so when I place my monthly order, everything is here. This is also my play. This planner I don't play in for the most part. This is a picture of a challenge color for my Stampin' Up, so I've got it listed here. And then I use some page flags for various things, but I don't pretty this planner up. I do play in this one. This is my place to play with my stamps and my inks and my washi and everything here. So I've used our Designer Series papers for my headers to decorate the blank spaces. I've used my stamps and my inks, die cuts, to decorate my monthly on 2 pages. Then I've got my daily pages, and I'm going to flip to a full sheet here, where I've got my top 3 for the day of things that I need to take care of for Stampin' Up, are written down as they come to me. I plan forward. I'm a forward planner and a functional planner, so that I can look at this and say, okay, on the 5th, we have the option of trying to pre-order the Stamparatus, which is a new product that Stampin' Up is bringing out next year. So I would write it in here, but it won't be until Sunday night when I sit down to plan my week that I will add it to my day plan, my regular office day planner. But this lets me use my washi tapes and bring in some pops of color. So this is my play planner, and where I keep my Stampin' Up business organized. My other passion aside from art is my music business. I have been covering the classic country music, bluegrass, Americana, red dirt music for over 30 years. And there's been transitions through there that I've come and gone with what I've been doing. But in the last 4 years, I've really been going strong on networking with the artists and promoters on a daily basis, and I street team for over 300 artists. And I also recognize the venues that support live music. So there's a lot encompassed in what I do as a music promoter. Over the past year, when I was working with a publisher, I had to take some time off and for my music, and I really missed it. So now that I no longer work for the publishing house, I'm back to working with my country music and networking with the people that I've come to be friends with over the last 25 to 30 years. This is a Petals and Blooms planner, and it is strictly for my music. I use this, excuse me, and since I've just quit my day job with the publisher, I've not had a chance to set this up and be forward planning, but I can go in here and I can set up when artists are coming out with a new album, so that I can start backtracking 3 to 4 months and start the promos for that, requesting my interviews, requesting my review copies of CDs or books, and getting those out, knowing months ahead of time if they're going to be anywhere near my area, so I can start pushing to get the interviews from them. And that helps. And this is also where I keep my tab for the different sizes of photos that I need to use for the various social medias that I target, and the best times to post those to the various social media accounts. So that lets me keep all of my music business in check. And because I've got everything planned out months in advance for my music business, then I use my Franklin Covey. And my Franklin Covey is a personal that I absolutely love. I've had it for years. I could not bear to not use it. So what we did was my husband put 2 gold grommets in there, and I created a chain for crossbody wear, so that this is the one that I take to concerts. If I know that an artist is going to be within a reasonable area for me to drive and do an interview, I will make sure that the Q&A goes in this planner, because this is the only thing aside from my phone that I take to shows with me. I have a place where I can keep my driver's license, where I can keep a credit card, I can keep any cash that I need, and the Q&A that I need to do for that artist is all right here, and I don't have to worry about getting to a venue 3 hours away and realizing that I left the Q&A laying beside the computer where I printed it out. So this is really important. It's not a big thing, but it works for me being able to take it to places that I need to go and keep everything handy. And then I can also keep all of my travel receipts and everything in here. So when it comes to tax time, everything for my travels for the music business is documented right in one place, and no losing track of anything. Okay, takes care of my businesses. Now it's time to play. Over the last year, when I've been so busy trying to balance everything, my house went into a state of chaos, and I've since reverted back to using the Fly Lady cleaning system, and hers is all based on chaos. Can't have anyone over syndrome. So I'm trying to avoid the chaos and put my life back together using her planning system and being able to get stuff done, and it's all based on a weekly schedule and zone cleanings. So I have my weekly schedule here. And every week is a different zone. Week 3 is the living room. Week 4 is my master bedroom and bath. Week 5 is to work on the basement a little bit, keep the pantry in order, make notes of anything that I might be running out of. And then my to-do list of what I need to do in that zone for that week. And it's a write-on wipe-off that I can just simply take out of here and move. Now I use a wet marker, such as you would use for an overhead projector, because that way it doesn't smear or go anywhere until I'm ready to take a wet cloth to it. So I can write my to-do list for the week in here and leave it in here and not have to worry about losing what I had written down. And I've made all the tabs for this and put this together. These are old old planner pages that actually came with this planner that I picked up in a thrift store. I added my own pretty designer series paper to the front. Found some images from Simple Stories from Carpe Diem planners on housekeeping. Corey Speidler's kind of a vintage kind of girl in all of her planning stuff. So I've got this all planned out and ready to go. And I've been using it hit and miss until I started running into problems with the day job and had to focus on that. But I'm back to my house cleaning schedule. With my house cleaning schedule is my menu planning. The thing about this is I can keep everything in here, and I leave this on the dining room table, so if my husband has some free time and he wants to go ahead and start dinner while I'm finishing up a project, he can pop this open and look and see what's for dinner, and if there's anything and then ask if there's anything I need him to do. I'm going to flip to, in November for this month, he had lodge meeting 3 nights. So I knew those were 3 nights he was going to be gone, that I didn't have to plan a meal. All I had to do was worry about what I wanted for supper, which is kind of cool. His schedule as a boat captain sometimes has him gone 3 or 4 weeks at a time, and then he's home for 3 or 4 weeks at a time. Right now, effective the 1st of October, he's laid off until after the first year. So my meal planning and trying to plan for the 2 of us on a daily basis has taken on a whole new meaning for me. So what I do is I'm going to jump to December here. See, he's got lodge 3 times in December again. So I'll plan out the menu for that week based on the majority of what I have in the fridge and the freezer. And then I can just make my grocery list here while I'm doing my planning. As soon as the planning's done and I've got the grocery list done, I can just pop this out, fold it up, put it in my purse, and I've got the grocery list. And I don't have to worry about anything else that's going on. I picked this planner up for $10 on clearance at Hobby Lobby, and it's working out just fabulously. The last one is not really a planner. It is a planner, but I don't use it as a planner. This is when I curl up with YouTube and coffee when I get up in the morning. This is where I keep notes about things that I've seen while watching videos that I want to make sure that I go back to. Or when I'm scanning Pinterest with my sister, pins that I want to make sure I go back to. I'll make a note and I'll put a star next to it so that I know I need to go back to that particular board. And what I'll do is I'll pin it to one of my boards, and then I'll write the board down that I pinned it to. And then that way I can go directly to that board and know and it narrows my scope down of being able to find what I want to work with, whether it's recipes that I want to incorporate into my menu planning that week, or it's an art project that I want to try, something that I want to save that for my planners. There's tons and tons and tons of planner stuff on Pinterest. So it gives me a place to remember things, because trust me, at 55, 56, there are days that I don't remember everything. I know. Hard to believe, isn't it? But people have often asked me how I stay so organized and how I get so much accomplished. I get so much accomplished based on these, primarily these 7 planners. Couldn't live without them. So whether you are a single planner user or you're a total planner addict like me, I'd love to hear from you. What are your thoughts? Can you work with one? Do you have several? Is there a system that works better for you? Are you a daily planner or a week on 2 pages kind of planner? Leave me a comment below and let me know what works for you. I'd love to find out. And check out your channel. So happy planning, peeps. See you later.